I've been on the hunt for a replacement for my old wireless lav setup for some time now, so when Hollyland reached out to me and asked if I'd like to review their Lark 150 Duo wireless lav kit, I said sure, let's give this thing a shot. So if you're looking to purchase a wireless lav kit, hopefully this review helps you determine if the Lark 150 is the one for you. But before we jump into this review, if you're new here, my name is Joe, and I own a video production company named Driven Films. On this channel, I bring you honest and unbiased reviews of camera gear that I get to use out in the field, as well as breakdowns of projects and tips and tricks that will help you to improve your video work. Now, if that's something you're interested in, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon next to it so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. A few years ago, Rode started a trend with the release of the popular Rode Wireless Go system. Its tiny size and ease of use made it an instant hit with videographers, so it comes as to no surprise that other brands paid close attention and released their own products. That's where the Hollyland Lark 150 comes in. The Lark 150 is a 2.4 GHz wireless lav mic system with built-in lithium-ion batteries, and it comes in two versions, the Solo kit and the Duo kit, which I'm reviewing here. And what you get in the box with the Duo kit is two transmitters that have built-in microphones, as well as an input jack for two included lav mics. The transmitters have a mute button that also doubles as a power button. Now, unfortunately, you don't get a threaded 3.5mm input jack like a lot of pro-level audio gear has. One thing I really like about the transmitters is that they do have the built-in microphone. On the documentary I'm filming for a racing series, and being a small team of just 3 operators and an assistant, I don't always have time to mic someone up, and I need to capture drama as it unfolds. The simple fact that the Lark 150 transmitters have a built-in mic as well as a clip, I could quickly mic someone up to capture sound bites in a pinch. You also get a receiver which has an OLED display that's very easy to understand and see, even in direct sunlight. Attention to detail is very evident in the fact that Hollyland made the belt clip on the receiver the same size as a cold shoe mount, making it easy for you to mount the receiver either onto a hot shoe of your camera or onto a cold shoe mount of a cage. Now, they can be a little bit hard to slide on or off the cold shoe mount at times, so you have to be a little bit patient. Don't rip it off like I tried to do. I tried to pull this one off and bent the plastic a little bit, so it's not too big of a deal, but just want to keep in mind that you should be a little bit patient, and this is not indestructible plastic. Now, unfortunately, there are no Q20 mounting points on the transmitter whatsoever. The only mounting point you have is the belt clip. So that means you need to make 100% sure that your camera or the cage or whatever it is, wherever you're mounting it to, you have an available cold or hot shoe mount. Now, I understand that the small nature and the overall design, the fact that it has an internal battery, prevents Hollyland from adding a Q20 onto the receiver here, but it would have been very nice to have a Q20 mounting point. Now, the whole kit is contained within a charging case. Now, the case itself charges both the transmitters and the receiver the moment you place them in the case. So we put them in the case here and they are automatically charging. And this makes things a heck of a lot easier than running a bunch of cables to a whole bunch of different pieces of the kit. So a nice touch here is that the units are magnetized. So once you drop the transmitters or the receiver into the case, you get a nice little pull, which lets you know that they're securely inside and ready to charge. Now, one issue I have with the case is that it's a little bit bulky. I'm not sure how much of the design is the battery itself, but if a case is going to be this large, I like to be able to fit both lav mics and the audio cable along with the transmitter and the receiver. Now, the case itself charges via an included USB-C cable, and it charges pretty quickly. Just about anything with USB-C these days seems to charge extremely fast. So I really appreciate how quick and easy it was to charge this, and I think USB-C was definitely the way to go. Now, in the kit, you get 2 lav mics, which sounds surprisingly decent for the money. Now, on these lav mics, I appreciate that they made the cables thin and low profile, and this makes hiding the transmitter and the lav mic really easy. Now, one drawback I found on the lav mics is that sometimes the pop shield comes off the lav, making it very easy to lose, so just be aware of this. Rounding out the Duo kit, you get 2 furry windshields that fit perfectly onto not only the lav mics, but also onto the transmitters as well. You also get a 3.5mm TRS patch cable, a 3.5mm TRS to TRRS patch cable for phone use, and also a storage bag to fit it all together. The Lark 150 offers 3 recording modes, including mono, stereo, and safety track. Stereo mode allows you to record each track separately so that if you're interviewing 2 people, It allows you to isolate each person, whereas mono mode combines the audio track from both receivers into one single track. Now, safety track mode records a second audio track set to -6 decibels below the main track, which you set by turning the volume knob on the receiver. Now, the safety track is something I wanted on a wireless lav kit for some time, seeing as I film a lot of interviews at live events, and very often having a safety track is incredibly useful for me. In terms of range, Hollyland advertises the range of 330 feet when unobstructed. Now, the key word there is unobstructed. The range is a fair estimate, however, once the subject wearing transmitter starts to get obstructed by objects, even people, transmission can cut out. Now, in terms of audio quality, I've recorded a short comparison for you with my previous wireless lav kit, the Saramonic UW Mic 9, both using the exact same lav mics running into the Zcam E2 F6. Now, hopefully this gives you a good comparison between a more traditional wireless lav mic pack and the Lark 150. This is an audio test of the Hollyland Lark 150 wireless lav system, and this is using the transmitter with the wired lav plugged in, and it's running into the Zoom F6 multi-track field recorder. Now, this is a test of the Saramonic UW Mic 9 wireless transmission system using the Hollyland Lark 150's wired lav. As an additional test here, I am recording this on the Hollyland Lark 150 with just the transmitter with no mic plugged in, and this is running into the Zoom F6 multi-track field recorder. Now, out of the box, the Lark 150 was insanely quick and easy to use. There was no syncing, no searching for the best channel. The receiver did all of that for me within seconds. In fact, the very first time I used the Lark 150, I just opened the box, plugged everything in, and that was it. Over the course of a full day of shooting several events, I've never once had to fiddle with anything aside from the volume levels. So that makes the Lark 150 an extremely easy to use wireless system, which makes it really good for run and gun situations. Now, in terms of battery life, you can expect 4 hours of continuous use for the transmitters and the receiver, making them great for shorter shoots. Now, the battery life might be a deal breaker for some productions since there is only an internal battery. You're not going to get a full day of use out of the Lark 150 unless you plan on using just one mic at a time, one transmitter, and swapping them out when needed. Which brings me to one of the best aspects of the Lark 150 kit, and that's that the charging case not only charges the receivers and transmitters when it's plugged in, but it also holds its own charge, so you can charge the transmitter and the receiver on the go for up to 3 full charges on the transmitters and the receiver together. Now, this is great if you're not necessarily going to use the Lark 150 all day, and in my case, I'm filming a documentary for a client where I interview people in shorter bursts rather than mic them up for an entire day, or I just attach the transmitter to their jacket and record some sound bites. So in the event I do need to mic someone up for a long period of time, I'll likely go with a Zoom F1N field recorder or something else and let that run. But again, you're not going to get a full day out of the Hollyland Lark 150 kit. Now, with all that being said, we're gonna give the Lark 150 the final verdict, and I'll start with the cons. First up, the lack of the quarter 20 on the receiver is a little bit annoying, but I can get past that thanks to Hollyland's thoughtfulness when it comes to the design of the cold shoe size clip. The signal loss can get a bit frustrating, but I didn't find it to be excessive. I wouldn't necessarily rely on the Lark 150 for extremely critical situations where you don't have full control over the interview subject or the talent. In that case, I'd be sure to have a backup or primary mic on a boom. Now, I do wish the charging case had a little bit more space to fit the entire contents of the kit. Like I said before, the battery life can be an issue for anyone who needs to use the system for a full day of shooting. My only other gripe with the Lark 150 is that there's no way to lock the cables in place like you'd see on some other wireless lav kits, as well as smaller field recorders. In terms of the pros, I really appreciate the charging case, not only because I've got one centralized location to charge everything, but it also means that I could charge on the go, so as long as the charging case is fully charged. Now, the Lark 150 is a very small and lightweight setup, especially when compared to traditional wireless lav systems. These things weigh absolutely nothing, and you don't even realize that they're on you, whether you're a talent or whether you have the transmitter on your rig. Now, also, the sound quality was surprisingly good despite being such a budget-friendly system. And for the type of work I'm doing, I'm definitely happy with the level of sound quality that the Lark 150 provides. The fact that the transmitters have built-in microphones made capturing short sound bites during run and gun filmmaking at an event extremely simple. Like I said before, I was able to walk up to someone at the event, clip the transmitter onto their shirt or jacket, and capture some interesting sound bites, retrieve the transmitter, and move on to the next shot. Finally, the price point of $279 makes the Lark 150 Duo to be one heck of a bargain. So in short, the Lark 150 has definitely made its way into my audio package. In fact, I picked up 2 of them, and I'll be using them for run and gun work. The Lark 150, in my opinion, is a great option for anyone looking for a budget-friendly wireless kit that's also lightweight. So if you're interested in purchasing the Hollyland Lark 150, you could head down in the description of this video and purchase it via the affiliate link, which of course goes to support this channel, and it's always appreciated. Now, speaking of supporting the channel, the best way you can support Driven Films is by hitting that subscribe button and tapping the bell icon next to it so you can get notified of when I post a new video. Until next time, take care.